Hey everyone, my name is Elise. I'm a mat and reformer Pilates instructor, and today I'm going to be taking you through a full body dynamic reformer workout. For this workout, all you need is yourself and your reformer. No other equipment is needed, and let's get straight into the workout. We're starting today with some hip bridges and some single leg footwork lying down on our reformer. So we'll get our springs set to begin. So for your first option, your beginner option is to go into 2 red springs. That's 2 heavy springs. Or for your intermediate option, go onto 2 reds and a yellow spring. Making sure our headrest is all the way down, your foot bar is up, and let's lie ourselves down. Just get nice and comfy here in the carriage. Bring your head down to your headrest. Your heels are both on the foot bar, about hip distance apart. Let's just open those arms out to the sides of the room, nice and wide, and come into some knee rocks. Inhale as you drop your knees over to the left side. Feel a nice stretch to that lower back. Then exhale, bring those knees back through center. Inhale, we drop them over to the right. And repeat. When you're ready, exhale back through center. Inhale, drop. Really nice little stretch and release that lower back. Maybe feel a little crack, a little release here and there. That lower back loosening up. Totally normal. Let's go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it back through center for 1. Now bringing those heels back onto your foot bar about hip distance apart, let's bring our hands now onto the outer sides of our ribs, so palms are resting on those ribs. Coming into a few deep breaths here. Inhale as you take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Feel the ribs expand as you inhale. Then exhale, let's take a big breath out through the mouth. Blowing out through pursed lips. Feel those ribs melt back together. This time, inhale. Feel those fingertips expand as you inhale. This time, inhale. Feel those fingertips drawing away from each other as you inhale. And exhale, blow all that air out. Feel those fingertips melting back together. Let's go one more deep breath like this. Inhale. Fingertips draw away. Exhale. Fingertips melt together. Beautiful. Let's come into some pelvic rocks now. Just make a little diamond shape with your hands, so thumbs and fingers together. Let's place that diamond over our belly button. I want you to imagine you have a marble resting in the middle of that diamond. We're going to come into our pelvic rock as you exhale. Lifting your tailbone up gently off the carriage, a small little movement. Think about rocking that marble towards your nose. And then inhale. Exhale, this time dropping your tailbone back onto the carriage, rocking that marble towards your foot bar. Feel that lower back arch away from the carriage. Again, just a little arch, not a big movement. Let's go other direction again. Exhale, rock that marble back towards your nose, pressing your lower back down into the carriage. And then we exhale again, rocking that marble towards the foot bar for the little lift. Nice bit of spinal mobility. Keep working through that. We'll go for another 10 here. Really warming up that lower spine. Gentle little rocks for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Let's rock back through center. So find that middle point where that marble is balanced in the center of that little diamond. And that is your neutral spine. You should have a little tiny lift of that lower back away from the carriage. That's the natural curvature of your spine, and that is your neutral spine. Now coming into some hip bridges. Let's bring our arms nice and long down by our sides now on the carriage. Keep those shoulders relaxed and those heels are still at hip distance apart on our foot bar. Now we want to aim to keep our carriage super still for our hip bridges. We're going to exhale, tuck that tailbone like we did for that pelvic rock and start to peel your spine 1 vertebrae at a time, up off the carriage until we come up onto those shoulders, lifting all the way up. And inhale at the top. We exhale, slowly start to melt your spine 1 vertebrae at a time down onto the carriage, rolling back down until your tailbone is in contact with that carriage. And repeat. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, scoot the belly. We lift all the way up, peeling the spine out 1 vertebrae at a time, a nice articulation. And then we exhale to slowly control it back down like your spine is a wave waving down onto that carriage. Notice how that carriage is staying completely still. It's not sliding away. It's really engaging through those glutes and through those hammies to keep that carriage in at your platform. Don't let it escape. One really good cue to think of here is pressing your knees over the top of your foot bar Imagine like trying to tap them to the wall in front of your foot bar, and that really helps to keep that carriage closed and activate those glutes and hammies. Now, if you want to make this one more challenging, can we float those arms up to the ceiling, taking away the support of the upper body, and keep working through our hip bridges? You just focus on the articulation of the spine. As you lower down, feel that upper back touch down, middle back touch down, lower back, and then tailbone. Let's go for another 10. Then we're going to pulse it out to finish our hip bridges. Let's go for 5. Keep that carriage closed. 4, 3, 2, lift and hold for 1. Big squeeze, tuck that tailbone. Lower halfway down, lift all the way up. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Let's go for 8. Nice juicy pulses. You've got 4, 3, 2, lift and hold for 1. And let's roll everything back down. Well done, team. Let's get into our footwork now. So we're going to keep our right toes now on the bar. So bringing those right toes onto the foot bar. We'll lift the heel up nice and high. We have a stiletto heel on that foot. Let's bring our left leg off that foot bar to tabletop. So left foot lifts, our left shin is parallel to the ceiling. Now take an inhale to prepare. We exhale. Extend that right leg long, press the carriage all the way out. We inhale, bend the knee, pull the carriage back in. Exhale, press. Inhale, bend. Keeping that heel lifted the entire time. So now we're working more through our right calf and our right quad to the front of the leg. Warmed up the back of the leg, the glute and the hammy. Now let's get the front of the leg nice and warm. Exhale out. Inhale in. Now as you exhale, I want you to imagine you have a corset wrapping around your entire waist. Imagine that corset's being drawn in nice and tight as you exhale and press out to really engage those deep abdominal muscles and maintain that neutral spine we discussed earlier. Beautiful. Let's go another 10. We're going to hold that right leg long for some calf raises in 5. Keep the carriage out in 3, in 2. Press out, hold for 1. From here, can we drop our right heel under the foot bar? Exhale, lift onto the tippy toes. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. It's a nice small movement of the carriage now. Lowering and lifting that heel, like you're trying to tap the heel to that wall in front of your foot bar. Let's go for 8. We're going to pulse it out to finish this side, then we'll switch legs. In 4, 3, 2, lift and hold that heel up, bend the knee halfway. Let's go little pulses down into that carriage. Let's go for 5. Keep the heel lifted. 4, 3, 2. Big press out for 1. Extend the leg, bend the knee, park the carriage. Well done, team. Let's bring those left toes down. Right leg lifts the tabletop. Can we lift that left heel up nice and high? Inhale, prepare. Exhale, extend that leg, press the carriage out. Inhale, bend the knee, keeping that left heel lifted. Again, feeling it through that left calf and quad. Working on our ankle strength and stability here. Make sure that ankle's not rolling out or in. Staying nice and strong. Again, think of that corset again, wrapping around your waist, pulling that core nice and tight as we exhale. Let's try and get that carriage all the way out, full extension of that left leg. In 10, we hold that carriage out. We have those calf raises coming up again. We're there in 5, 4, 3, 2. Press that left leg on, hold. Inhale, drop the heel under the bar. Exhale, lift. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. Nice little stretch at the bottom as you drop the heel and strengthening that ankle and that calf as we lift. Let's go for the last 6. Then we pulse. In 4, 3, 2, and lift and hold for 1. Bend the knee, little tiny pulses into that carriage. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and big press out for 1. Well done, team. Bring that carriage into park. Give those knees a quick little windscreen wiper from side to side. And we're going to come on up from here. And get into a bit of core and arm work now. Get that full body nice and warm. So we're coming into some wheelbarrows. So our first option for beginner is going to be one blue spring, or your intermediate option is one yellow spring. So a blue or a yellow. Popping that spring on, and let's kneel on our carriage, facing towards our foot bar. Bring your hands down about shoulder distance apart on that foot bar, and tuck your toes up against your shoulder posts. Now from here, we're going to find our half plank. So slightly glide that carriage out away from the platform, drop your hips down towards that working spring. Start with your shoulders over your foot bar. That lower body stays completely frozen, that tailbone stays tucked. We inhale, hinge the shoulders, glide that carriage out. We exhale, pull that carriage back in, return the shoulders over the foot bar, and repeat. Inhale out, exhale in. Now we're on a light spring, so really for that core working. The further we glide that carriage down the rails, the stronger the core has to work to return that carriage back in. So to regress here, don't glide that carriage out quite so far if you find you're struggling to maintain your neutral spine in that half plank. Or if you want more of a challenge for your upper body, next time the carriage comes in, hold. Let's bend our elbows, drop your chest down to the foot bar for one push-up, then one wheelbarrow. And totally optional, you can just stick with that wheelbarrow if that feels good for you. Otherwise, let's add in that push-up. Getting that upper body firing here as well. Go now again, thinking of that core set we're wrapping around our waist. Or another great cue to engage those abdominals is to think about doing a really tight pair of jeans. So really drawing in through that lower belly. Let's go for 10. Then we're just going to stick with that push-up. Now if that's not for you, just a static hold in that half plank. Pick your poison in 5, 4, 3, 2. Can we freeze that carriage? Just those push-ups down and up. Let's go for 10. Get that chest as low as you can. Really challenge yourself here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Close that carriage. Sit those hips back to heels for a moment. Now from here, we're going to be stepping off to the right side of our carriage. And so now for some arabesque lunges. So coming off to the right, still facing our foot bar. Staying on our same white spring, so a bit of stability work for our lower body now. Bring your right foot nice and close to your railing, and then let's step our left foot up against the shoulder post. We're going to bring our hands onto our hips and square our hips towards our foot bar. Let's roll those shoulders back and down, finding nice proud through the chest. Now let's keep that carriage leg, that left leg nice and straight. As we inhale to bend and lunge down through our right leg, as we lunge, we tip our chest forward. Find that nice ski slope shape. We exhale, press that right heel, rise back up. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, rise. Let's keep those shoulders back. Think of gently trying to draw those shoulder blades together to keep a nice proud chest. Beautiful. Now this lunge, our arabesque lunge, is really going to work the back of our right leg, just like we did in our hip bridges, working those glutes, working those hammies. Now this is your first layer again as always. If at any point you need more support, just grab onto your foot bar and hold that with your left hand. Or if we want more, we're going to start to add some rotation. Next time you rise up, can you bring your fingertips to your temples? We lunge down, hold your lunge. Rotate your chest over that right knee, come back through center. We stand all the way up and repeat. Inhale, we lunge, hold it still, rotate, return, exhale, rise. Whew. Feeling that whole right leg really firing up, and then you're going to start to feel the waist, the obliques working. The obliques are a super important muscle for our spinal health and spinal stability and strength. Think of your waist here like a towel you're wringing out with water. So find that nice twist and rotation. In 8, we're going to hold our lunge down, just that rotation. Let's hold it down in 3, in 2, and hold just that rotation. We're here for 10, Again, feel free to grab that foot bar if you need more support. Holding your lunge back through center in 3, in 2, and hold it back through center. Can we bend that left leg, draw the carriage in, extend the left leg, press it out. Bend, extend, scooter that back leg. If you want more, reach the arms, reach the leg, bend the knee, bend the elbows. Beautiful work, team. Let's go here for 10, almost there. We're gonna hold our lunge out for heel lifts in 5, in 4, 3, 2, hold. Can we lift our right heel up and lower? Lift and lower, just here for 8. If it's too strong, just hold that heel down for 5, 4, 3, 2, rise it up for 1. Well done. Give those legs a little shake out. So good, team. Just coming down, facing towards me on your carriage. We're going to get into some upper body work now. So coming into some wood choppers, a little bit more work for our obliques. So our spring options now. Blue still for beginner, blue, yellow for intermediate. So blue or a blue, yellow. We're going to find our kneeling position facing towards me on our carriage. Now, if you're not comfortable kneeling, grab onto a box, sit on your long box, or just sit cross-legged here, whatever feels good for you. We're going to grab onto our short strap that is in front of us, taking a hold of that with both hands. Hands are both side by side through that short strap. Now your hand's going to start down by your hip or by that shoulder post. Let's roll those shoulders back and down. Keeping our arms nice and straight. We exhale. Sweep those arms up on a diagonal to that top corner of the wall. Inhale, we take it down. Exhale, we sweep it up. Inhale, we take it down. So keep those arms straight the entire time. And still get a nice rotation to the waist like we did in those lunges. Feel those obliques working. Now this is your first layer. You're welcome to stay here. If we are in our kneeling position, we can start to add our hip lift. So next time you lift the arms, can you lift up into your high kneel, press those hips forward, lower the arms, lower the hips. Keeping those hips still square to the edge of the carriage in front of you. So don't let the hips rotate, just the waist up. That is rotating. Beautiful work, team. Let's go here for 15 seconds. If it comes too strong at any point, you just grab onto your long strap. It's going to release a bit of tension on that spring. Let's go for last 6. If we can, let's hold our high kneel in 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold for 1. Reach your arms straight forward in line with your chest. Hold that high kneel. Inhale, bend the elbows. Exhale, extend. Got our chest press. Carriage stays very still here, keeping tension on that spring. Now we're using our core here. Lots of core stability as well as lower body stability if we're in that high kneel, but option to come down to that low kneel if you need. Let's go final 5. Arms stay long in 3, in 2, press and hold. Can we pulse those hips halfway down, all the way up? Keep those arms long. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and squeeze for 1, and let's lower all the way down. Well done, team. Whew. Obliques on fire. We're going to get into some side lying glute work now. So you can prop your headrest up. We're going to be lying down onto our left side. So we're going to be working that right glute that we worked before in our lunges. So lie onto your right, left side. Coming on down, you can prop your headrest up for this one, or place a little squishy ball on the headrest if you don't have a high enough headrest. Grabbing onto your long strap. We're going to be using our long strap for this one. We're going to exhale, tug that strap and place it over the arch of your right foot. Now, setting our posture. You want your hips just forward and away from the edge of the carriage and those knees tucked up on the carriage in front of you at about a 90-degree angle with those hips. So setting your posture, you can hold that shoulder post in front of you with that underneath hand, and top hand, right hand comes onto hips. Imagine we're lying flat up against a brick wall here, so hips and shoulders are nice and stacked. And I want you to press your right hip away from you. Press it towards the foot bar. That's going to lift our underneath side waist up and away from the carriage. So you've got a little gap there. A little row of ants could march underneath, keeping our neutral spine. Now we're starting with our clamps. We exhale, keep the carriage still. Lift that leg up to hip height or just above. Inhale, we lower, tap it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now that carriage should not move here. Stay super still, we keep tension on that spring or springs. Nice little movement for our hip mobility, open up through the hip. Now making sure here our hips stay stacked. So bring that right hand onto your hip. You're going to feel what that hip is doing. You shouldn't feel it moving or rolling back. You want to keep those hips stacked. Like you have a skewer going straight down those hips so they have nowhere to go. Let's go for another 8. Then we add in our side leg press. Hold that clam lifted in 5, in 4, 3, 2, and on the next one, lift and hold. Keep that foot flexed. We exhale, extend the leg long, reach your heel for the center of your foot bar. Inhale, bend the knee. We drop it back down, close that clam. Exhale, clam. Extend the leg. Bend the knee. And we close that clam. So we lift for 1, extend for 2, bend for 3, lower for 4. 1 movement at a time. Take your own pace here. My goodness, I feel that glute working. Especially after you've already worked it in those lunges, you're going to feel it real good here. Great one for growing and strengthening our glutes. Let's go for 10 more seconds in this combo. And then we take out that clam, just that leg press. Let's check in with those hips again and the underneath side waist. Let's just stick with our side leg press in 3, 2, and 1. Bend, exhale, extend. Keeping that foot flexed. Imagine trying to stamp a footprint on the wall in front of you. Let's go for 10. Great job, team. Let's go last 5. We hold that leg long. In 4, 3, 2, press and hold that leg straight. Keep it straight. Little tiny pulses up and down. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Oh my goodness. Give that glute a little smack. And when you're ready, you can unstrap that leg. We're going to come up now for some upper back work. So popping that strap down, just coming up and taking a seat on your carriage facing towards your pulleys. Just going to prop our headrest down for this one and extend our legs long between our shoulder posts. So legs are nice and long, our hips are forward and just away from the edge of the carriage. Have about a hand width of room behind you. Now we're going to grab onto both of our short straps from here. Taking those into your hands, we're going to sit nice and tall. So sit up on those sit bones nice and tall to begin. Reaching those arms forward. We're going to find our C curve from here. So relax those shoulders down. Inhale, we're going to roll back off those sit bones, tucking our tailbones, scooping our belly, like someone's come around and poked you in the belly button. So find that nice C curve. Feel those ribs draw down to hips. Holding here. Keep that torso nice and still. From here, we exhale to open our arms out for our reverse chest fly. Inhale, we close. Exhale, open, expanding to the chest. Inhale, close. That's it. Feeling nice, open to the chest and a nice squeeze in that upper back. Keep holding that roll back. So we're still working our core here as we hold this C curve. If that does become too strong for you at any point, just sit straight back up like we did to begin with. So nice and tall and you can work through the same upper body movement. But here we're just getting a bit of extra work through that core. Now again, if it becomes too strong for those arms, you can also grab onto those long straps instead of your short straps. And we're going to go for another 10. We're going to turn these into our windmill arms. Instead of opening straight out, we open on a diagonal. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, and on the next one, left arm lowers, right arm lifts, eye gaze goes to the bottom arm, come back through center, other side. Lowers, one lifts, eye gaze goes to that bottom hand. So getting now some nice rotation to the waist. We still hold our roll back. But now you're feeling those obliques again. Switching on, I love some oblique work. A lot of work to those shoulders and through the upper back. Let's go, final 10. Happy to know there's no holds or pulses here. You might start to feel that core shaking. You've got final 5, 4, 3, 2, and coming back through center, rolling all the way up for 1. Take a little flex forward, reaching towards those ankles. When you're ready to hang those straps up,
We're going to come into some reverse knee tucks now, a little bit more core work. Finding your kneeling position now on your carriage, still facing our pulleys. Bring your hands onto your rails. Hands under the shoulders, knees against your shoulder posts under your hips. We're in that 4-point kneel. Let's just work through a few cat-cow stretches here. Exhale as you press up back up to the ceiling, rounding your spine. Belly button draws up. Inhale, drop the belly, lift your eye gaze. Let's just work through this nice flexion and extension for about 10 more seconds. Take it at your own pace. We'll meet in our neutral spine in 5, in 3, 2, and 1. Find that middle point between those two extremes now. Imagine you're balancing a tray of drinks on your back and keep drawing that corset around your waist nice and tight. Let's take our hands just in front of our shoulders now, so you're kind of reaching forward. Now I want you to exhale and draw your shoulders over your wrists so they're stacked again. That carriage should slightly open. From here, moving through the knees. We exhale, tuck our carriage towards our wrist. Inhale, we release. Everything else stays still, just those knees. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, release. Keep that tray of drinks balancing on your lower back. Maybe you want to imagine it's your morning coffee. Maybe it's Friday afternoon and it's a cocktail resting on your lower back. Just keep it resting there. Don't let it spill. Now to make this one stronger, keep walking your hands further up your rails. The further up the rails you go towards your pulleys, the stronger this one's going to be. And opposite to regress, just take your hands further back towards your foot bar on those rails to make it feel a little bit nicer. Can we start to add a top range pulse? Knees draw up, one little top range pulse, then we release. Exhale, lift, little tiny pulse. Inhale, lower. Really great to think about drawing in that really tight pair of jeans here, zipping up that zipper, really working through our lower abdominals. Final 10, then we finish with just those pulses. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and just those pulses for 1. Let's go, team, little tiny pulses for 8. We'll find a child's pose after this. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and release down for 1. Glide that carriage into your platform. Reach those arms long. Let's take one nice deep inhale in here through the nose. And exhale, send it all out to the mouth. When you're ready, slowly rolling yourself back up. And let's change those springs back over if we need to for our lovely arabesque lunges. So, beginner still staying on your blue spring, intermediate come back onto your yellow spring. This time, we're stepping over to the left side of our reformer. Facing towards your foot bar, feet on the floor to begin. Step your left foot up nice and close to your rail, just in line with the front of the carriage. And then a right foot this time steps into your shoulder post. Hands onto your hips, shoulders roll back and down. Hips are nice and square to the foot bar in front of you. When you're ready, right leg stays long. We inhale, lunge down, bending into your left knee. Find that ski slope spine as you hinge forward. Exhale as you rise up, staying nice and tall. Inhale, lunge. Keep that right leg nice and straight this time. Exhale, press through that left heel. We rise up, really feel the back of that left leg this time. Drawing nice and tight, nice big squeeze to that glute. Beautiful work, team. Now in 10 seconds, we can add in that rotation again, totally optional. Always have the option to bring your right hand onto the foot bar if you need more support at any time here. Let's bring those fingers to temples. In 3, in 2, and 1. Fingertips to temples. We lunge down. Hold that next lunge. We rotate over the left knee. Come back through center. We rise up and repeat. We lunge, we hold, rotate, and return. Exhale, press to that left heel, we rise. Keeping that up. Again, feel like that waist is a towel that we're wringing out with water. That lovely rotation through the obliques. In 10, we stay low, just that rotation only. Take it nice and slow, no need to rush on these light springs. We hold it down in 5, in 4, 3, 2, hold your next lunge, just those rotations. Rotate, exhale, return. Let's go for 10. Then we hold for our scooters back through center in 5, 4, 3, 2, hold through center for 1. We bend the right knee, extend the right leg. Bend, extend. Keeping that left leg completely still frozen in space. Can we reach the arms? Bend the elbows. Everything reaches, everything bends. Let's go for 10. We finish with those heel lifts. That final challenge. That's it, team. We're there in 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Can we lift that left heel and lower? Final 8, lift, lower. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it up for 1. Oh my goodness, give that leg a good little shake out. And when you're ready, coming down, we'll get into our upper body work. If you need, we'll change those springs over for our wood choppers. So beginners are staying on a blue, intermediates come onto that blue yellow. This time turning around to face the other side of your reformer. Find that low kneel position or whatever position you were comfortable in on the first side. I'm going to grab onto our short strap. Take hold of that in both hands and bring your hands down nice and close towards your shoulder posts. Rolling the shoulders back and down. We exhale. Sweep those arms up to the top corner of the wall. Inhale, take it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, we lower. Eye gaze follows that strap the entire time. To find that lovely rotation again here through the waist. Now again, you're welcome to stay down here in that low kneel as your first option. Or if you're ready to spice it up, can we add our hip lift? Lift the arms, lift the hips, tucking that tailbone. Adding a bit of lower body work, that dynamic movement. For those glutes, those quads, working as we lift and lower. Beautiful work, team. Keep those shoulders back and down. Let's go 15 seconds. In 10, can we hold in that high kneel for our chest presses? High or low kneel, the option is yours. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold for 1. Lower the arms straight down in front of the chest. Carry, stay still. Bend, extend the elbows. Bend, extend. Core stays nice and tight here. Think of drawing that corset around the waist. Shoulders down, tailbone tucked. Let's go for 8. Hold those arms along. 5, 4, 3, 2, press and hold. Can we pulse those hips down and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Well done, team. We can prop our headrest up again here. And this time I'm going to lie down onto our right side. So bring your head down onto your headrest. Lying down onto your right side. And let's get into our side lying glute work. So once you're lying down, again, checking your hips are forward, just away from the edge of the carriage. Knees are tucked. Grab that long strap in front of you. Big tug. It goes up and over the arch of your foot. So over that left foot this time. Start with the knees bent. Left hand comes to hip. Checking those hips are nice and stacked. And shoulders are stacked like you're lying up against a brick wall. Press that top hip away from you. Feel that underneath waist lift up and away from your carriage. Keeping that carriage still. We exhale. Open the clamp. Inhale, close the clamp. Exhale, lift that knee and foot together. Inhale, we lower. Feel a nice squeeze into that glute. Again, just lifting that leg as high as you can control. We don't want that hip rolling back. If you feel that hip rolling back, just reduce the range of that clamp. Don't lift it quite so high. Now in 10 seconds, we add in our side leg press to this series. Hold our clamp open in 5, 4, 3, 2, lift and hold for 1. Exhale, press that leg long, reach your heel for the center of your foot bar. Inhale to bend, close that clamp. Exhale, lift, side leg press. bend the knee, close that clam. Again, we lift for 1, extend for 2, bend for 3, lower for 4. Take it 1 movement at a time. Again, no rushing this movement. Focus on feeling activation through that glute. We definitely should be feeling it after doing those lunges. Now in 10, we take out that clam. We just stick with that side leg press. Beautiful. We're there in 5, 4, 3, 2, and on the next one, hold that clam open. We just extend and bend the knee. Exhale, extend. Inhale to bend. Let's check in with the hips, making sure they're stacked and making sure that waist is still lifted. Almost there, team. Let's go for 10. We know what's coming up. Juicy pulses to finish. Hold that leg long. In 5, in 4, 3, 2, press and hold for 1. Little tiny pulses. Up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Close the clam. Give that glute a quick smack. And when you're ready, unstrap that leg. Let that carriage close. We're coming up for one final spring change, team. One final exercise left of class. So we're going to finish with a little bit about cardio, our standing icebreakers. So for this one, we're going on to a red blue for a beginner option or 2 red springs for intermediate option. So a red blue or to 2 reds. Hands onto your foot bar. Bring your feet back up against your shoulder post for our standing icebreakers. Now when you're ready, drawing that belly nice and tight, we're going to press our shoulders back behind our foot bar. Toes are tucked. We lift our hips up. Pressing those hips back behind your shoulder post in a bit of a crouching position. Keeping that core lifted. We exhale, extend the legs. Inhale, bend the knees. Shoulders stay frozen behind that foot bar. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. This is your final minute of class. Getting our heart rate up. Those quads, glutes, squeeze you, extend those legs. Now keeping our hips in line with our shoulders. Again, find that nice tabletop back. Keep our spine nice and long. Now can we pick up that pace anymore? You've got final 20 seconds here. Get everything out of those legs. The shoulders, the core, legs, all working nice and hard for your final 10 seconds. Can we pick up the pace even further? Pushing hard here, team. Let's go. Final 5. I'm doing it with you for 4, 3, 2, and big push for 1, and then drop it down. Let's find a quick child's pose here. Send those hips back to heels, and let that heart rate slowly come down. Nice deep breaths here in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Well done, team. Let's have a well-deserved stretch out. So we're just going to lie down onto our backs, coming into a few nice stretches of that lower body. To begin, head comes back down onto your headrest. Now take our right ankle, cross it over our left knee. And you can either press that right knee gently away from you, so a nice stretch through the glute and the hip here. Or if you want to increase the stretch, let's grab on behind our left knee. With both hands interlace, lifting that left foot off the foot bar and gently pulling that knee towards you. Keeping both shoulders and your head nice and relaxed onto the carriage here. It's going to deepen that stretch through that right side of your body. And let's extend that left leg long to the ceiling, point the toes, and flex the foot back towards you. Point, flex. Keep that going with a nice stretch to the ankle and through the hammy of that left leg now. Let's go 2 more deep breaths here. And 1 more. And bend that knee. Uncross the ankle, let's take it over to the other side. Left ankle crosses over the right knee, and you gently press that left knee away from you. Or if you want to deepen that stretch again, interlace the fingers behind the right leg, lifting that right foot off your foot bar and drawing that knee towards your chest as far as your range allows. Should feel a nice release through that glute, through the hip, And can we extend that right leg, point the toes, flex the foot back towards you. And feel that stretch through the ankle, through the calf, and through the hammy. Let's go, last 2 breaths. Beautiful, bending that knee. Drop both feet back down. Let's just open those arms out again like we did to start class. Just give those knees a little windscreen wiper from side to side. Getting such a nice stretch and release. That lower back, the core, the obliques. Let's just go a few more deep breaths here. And when you're ready, coming back through center. Thank you so much for joining me for your full body reformer workout. I hope you guys enjoyed and got a good sweat on. I know I certainly did. If you enjoyed this workout, please like this video and leave me a comment below letting me know how you went. I'd love to hear from you. And make sure to subscribe because I will be uploading more reformer and that Pilates workouts super soon. So I hope to see you back here very soon. Bye.